here
Whoa.
with the Bengals corner.
Yeah.
We have a special guest tonight.
Is he special? Would you
Well,
say he's
maybe
special?
not. He's not even in the camera right
Yeah,
now.
he don't want to be a part of the camera, bro.
Oh, I did it on purpose.
He got scared real quick. He said, "Oh dang!"
Like
Man.
This is OG Chue.
OG Chue.
OG Chue. Say what's up, man.
What's up, people? How we doing? What's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
All right, and then obviously we have MambaStaps himself. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I can't call it, man. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't even know if I approve of that one. Whoa.
I didn't even know what that one did, to be honest.
Me either.
Anyway, I am Quincy, the host for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we are here to talk about some Bengals.
Hey, first, real quick, before we go on, host, since you're taking over tonight, I'm going to let you go ahead and cook. But, hey, man, it's a pleasure to be back.
Yes,
it is your boy MambaStaps. We got Q Hudson, OG Chue. You got all the brothers, man, but y'all going to see us a lot more, especially preseason, during the season, hopefully every week. So the goal is to get everybody on continuously, talk about these damn Bengals, and talk about football. And obviously, Buckeye season's coming up too, so we got to talk about them boys too, because that's the real sports team for me.
I mean, we don't got it, but
we got.
Yeah, we can talk about that part some other day.
Oh, they haters. Yeah. They're haters.
Anyway, we're gonna get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I know you have Bengals gear on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just bought it today because I know you're a Chiefs fan. So,
can I explain my side of the story?
No, we don't want to hear that.
Not really. We don't really need to know. All we need to know is that you're a Chiefs fan.
I gotta
let you live it, Maddie.
But I gotta address this though. It's been on my heart for a little while.
You have the floor.
All right, so the first video I dropped was an introduction, right? Obviously, I had Pat Mahomes on. That was probably the day of the Super Bowl, right? So I will always be a Bengals fan. That's the hometown team. Chad Johnson was my idol growing up. I've been watching the Bengals since they was going 2-12 every season. John Kitna, Achilles Smith, huh?
We didn't have to bring that up.
I'm just saying, like, I've been a long time Bengals fan. So the only reason why I enjoy the Chiefs and I love the Chiefs is because of Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. Andy Reid is a genius. I played football all my life and I played offense all my life. So I love offense, right? When Andy Reid, he had Mike Vick, Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, LaShawn McCoy, Jason Avant. He had studs, right? So, like, that alone for me, and seeing how he maneuvered all those people, getting everybody touches, I'm a big fan of that. So, Mahomes, I'm a big fan of him too. So, that's just where I'm at. So, I had to address it. I'm always going to be a Bengals fan, but I love the Chiefs too, man, for those two reasons.
Any other teams we should know about?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Good?
Not the Colts.
Listen, people, this is a Bengals / Colts pod.
Who else likes the Colts? Chue, do you like the Colts?
Nah, man, I bleed it over here, buddy. Orange and black.
The thing. My boy Andrew left me high and dry tonight.
He did. Hey, Andrew. Hopefully we catch you next week, big dog.
Hey, bud. But we're just going to talk about Bengals tonight.
Bengals it is.
Bengals it is. All right. Chue, you got any initial hot takes on the Bengals this year?
Nah, I think I'm really appreciating how they're taking care of Joe Burrow this season right now with the stuff and OTAs, how they giving him a little more time off, and they paying a lot more attention to him to make sure he is actually going to be healthy for the season. Hoping he makes it through the season still.
Yeah. I'm super happy that they're not going to 18. Well, it's still not official, but they've proposed an 18-game season.
Yeah.
That would require, by Joe Burrow standards, at least 2 bye weeks, which makes sense.
Yes.
But I mean, I really think if we go to an 18 game season, there's going to be just that many more injuries. So I don't like the idea. Obviously, as a football fan, I would love more football, but we got to think about the players too, and just the fact that they're not only entertainers but they're humans.
But the thing is, nobody gives a shit about the players. To be honest with you, like
I mean, yeah,
your
but
your
that's
casual fan does, but we
mhm.
do because we enjoy football. So we know we're not going to get the best
we
player
play
every
the
week.
game, so we know.
Yeah, you're not going to get the
But
best
when
player
they're
every
there,
week.
yeah,
When y'all say we don't care about the players, just and it's not the fans that don't care.
It's the owners. It's everybody, bro.
Oh,
All that money
yeah,
coming in. Nope. Come on.
it's the people who get the most money out of that situation.
Absolutely.
their their players
And
are literally just numbers to them.
because they trying to capitalize on the product that they putting out there.
Absolutely.
They're gonna end up doing some NBA type stuff where they gonna start sitting players for games just cause. It's like, it'll be
True.
playing against.
Let me pick your brain about that. I was actually going to bring this up. I think that load management could be a thing at some point.
It will be.
Not for quarterbacks though.
I would
Yes,
say
it
for
will.
quarterbacks, it would have to be
Especially
Not
because
unless you go into a two quarterback system, kind of
the Bengals.
like the Falcons. No, like the Falcons have Kirk Cousins and they have their young quarterback Michael Penix.
Bro, the Bengals have a
Like
capable
that,
backup.
yes,
yes,
but the thing is, not every team has that.
but
So
that
the load management, if that does become a thing, all these teams have to adjust to that.
but you got to think about it like this: to help those guys, those backup quarterbacks get a gig, that load management gonna be a perfect segue for them because it's like, oh, JB got to go down for a minute. Go ahead,
Mhm.
throw. Hey, let him play a couple games because yeah, that'll put a check in his pocket, which would work out well for a lot of them backup quarterbacks that just needed the time.
Well, I mean, they kind of do load management already, but these incentives that they have in contracts and whatnot is not going to allow them to do that
Yeah, but with the Players
because they have to
Association,
hit the
those
numbers.
incentives are probably going to be renegotiated if that
Well,
happens.
they'd have to be. They'd have
Yeah,
to be.
it's gonna happen, and that's what I'm saying. Is just it's gonna suck for most of them because now their money gonna come up a little shorter, or they gonna have to make sure they play X amount of games because if they don't play them, it's gonna be a problem.
Agreed.
Which is gonna be a thing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I think it's going to take some time for that to be implemented. I don't think that it'll be this. It definitely won't be this season, and I don't think it'll be next season either. But I do foresee some changes coming up. I mean, obviously they've changed the kickoff rule. They've changed a couple other different
How
rules.
y'all feel about the
Uh,
kickoff?
I like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like it. It's it's not bad. It's still technically kind of like a kickoff. Just nobody's allowed to move until the carrier has the ball.
I feel like that collision long term might be a little better too for the
Hmm.
players.
Yeah, I think for the long term it is great, but I
Hmm.
think for what they had on the field last year was still good in the sense that it cut back on a lot of that impact being able to go
It
through doing it.
it
But
did. But
this is
I mean, most of them were touchbacks. I mean, at that point, every kicker in the league is just going to get a stronger leg and stronger leg and stronger leg, and if they keep moving it up, they're just going to be kicking it out of the end zone every single time. So at that point, why wouldn't you just go to no kickoffs, start at the 20 or the 15, just regardless,
I don't like that.
or do what they did, which I think they had that conversation and ultimately decided on we're going to try out this new kickoff thing because moving up is just going to result in unless there's a bad kick, it's just going to go through the back of the end zone.
yeah. But if they don't want to take the special teams out of the game either
No,
because
that's important. The special teams is important.
yeah. But I'm just saying like, that's a lot of guys that if they do decide to take it out,
Hmm.
that yeah, like
They
because
won't.
there's
They won't have
specifics
jobs, Chew.
And
that's what
that's why, yeah.
like completely.
That's why I said they probably had that conversation and decided, instead of doing that and instead of moving the ball up more so they can just kick it out of the end zone, let's just implement this rule and change it up a little bit so that we still have the special teams players and we still have some run backs, because that's part of football entertainment is the kickoff returns. I mean, Joshua Cribbs, Devin Hester. I mean, Tyreek Hill, for crying out loud, got his
Dante
start.
Hall.
Dante Hall. I mean, there were
Come on.
some great kick returners.
Hey, let's leave the Chiefs out of this conversation.
He's not a Chief no more, man. What you talking about? Oh, you talking about Dante Hall? Yeah.
Dante Hall is a dog, though, bro. You can't deny that greatness.
Yeah, I respect it, but we ain't talking about them. We ain't talking about.
All right, so there's another rule that has changed. Well, it's not really changed, but it's given the players the option to actually wear the protective pad on their helmets, over their helmets.
Anybody wearing that shit?
How do you feel about that?
Anybody wearing that shit, bro? You can't look swaggy with that shit over your head, and nobody's wearing that.
I wouldn't say nobody. I guarantee you some of these linemen would.
Hey, I don't have a problem with it because of what it's being used for.
Y'all missing the point.
Appearances, I understand that some of them guys ain't gonna want to be on that, but I can see it later in the season. Some of them quarterbacks, especially, and no offense to him, because I respect him and he had a game. Tua
needed.
But it's like Lamar Jackson might be running for his life. His O-line is starting to move around a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially because that Bengals defense is legit.
Jaden Daniels, who's gonna be a running quarterback.
Look,
they got a lot of trying
Anthony
to run.
Richardson, even though he's bigger than Derrick Henry.
Look, bro. You get made fun of if you a lineman wearing long sleeves. I'd highly doubt a lot of these players is gonna switch and put that shit over their helmet. I doubt it.
I think some of these linemen, first of all, linemen are some of the smartest players on the field.
Yes, sir.
What the hell does that mean?
Excuse me. That means that they're gonna want to protect their brains.
No, the fuck, bro.
They don't care what people think about them.
They don't care about no damn cushion. Do you understand this is what we sign up for? We sign up for this shit.
Who do you see walking into the stadium with, trying to dress fly and stuff like that? And,
it's not about the flyness, but I'm saying like
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The principle for a lot of these players, bro. Go ahead.
Be on his thing. Lando be trying to be on his thing.
Yeah,
Lando Brown.
That's different. He's one out of.
Look, I'm saying from a skilled position, like it doesn't look good. It's not sexy. But I'm talking also for the interior linemen. It's not one of those situations where like I don't think people understand, but O-line and D-line, like sometimes you can't wear certain shit because sometimes you're just not allowed to. Like as a group, like y'all might go into a meeting and say, nah, no long sleeves today. Especially Buffalo. Like that's just what it is. So I highly doubt these players are gonna protect. I don't see it.
Well, here's the thing. Go ahead.
Intimidation factor.
Absolutely.
And you look with the cushion on because it looked like, but hey, your long term is your big picture.
But I'm long term, it'll probably happen, but not in the next 2 years. I just don't see it in the next 2 years. Long term, though, I see it.
I bet some players do it this year.
A kicker.
I doubt that it'd be a kicker. They barely even get touched. I'm talking about linemen. I'm talking about people on special teams. Definitely
special teams. I'll give you that. But offensive lineman, defensive lineman, I don't see that.
I don't know, man.
Because even defensive linemen, they want to be swaggy too.
Defensive linemen do. Offensive linemen don't. Offensive linemen don't give a fuck or don't care. Excuse me.
You can say don't give a fuck. You good.
They don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about that. Go ahead, Chue.
Nah. I can see the defensive linemen not doing it just because they, sack celebrations. You don't look like you're doing nothing right. Yeah. Pushing on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I understand why you would.
It's gonna be it's just gonna be one of them things, man. We gotta wait and see. Quincy, let's go over obviously with Bengals cornerman, we want to go over new additions and whatnot. Like, what are some of the new additions that we've added?
Okay, so some new additions. Obviously, our first pick, Amarius Mims.
So let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Chew, I need thoughts on every single one, bro.
Okay. As I mean, 6'8", 340. He smart guy, but he fit. He fit with the O line
Yeah.
just because you want to protect that money that you just put on Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
And no offense to the money, but I understand. And Joe Burrow is a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So
Why wouldn't you want to protect him?
you 100% feel like it until the zeros hit that you're gonna win that game every time.
Yes.
There were games last year where they were down and people counted it out. Some folks turned the TV off, left the stadium, and went home. It's like those games you know that you in until that zero hit. So I love that pick.
It wasn't sexy. It's definitely not a sexy pick.
Correct.
But we have a lot of other players on the team. We have depth in other aspects. We needed alignment.
Yes. They needed to continue to revamp that O line because you need that. And the guys we keep putting in place, I mean, everybody gonna keep talking about that Super Bowl team. That was ragtag. That was not what you
You can
needed.
do it with that line.
Yeah.
Against Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
If we had this line against Aaron Donald,
It would have been the same result. Aaron Donald is a dog.
I wouldn't say it would have been the same result, but they would have slowed him down somewhat. Don't disrespect like that. Okay.
I'm not disrespecting, but Aaron Donald is one of the greatest defensive players to ever play this game. He will find a way.
I disagree. I'm glad that
he is the greatest. But
I'm so glad he decided to hang those cleats up.
yeah, like James Harrison, I was happy when that happened.
Yes.
Hey, you know what though, Q? Speaking of James Harrison, he was on the decline though. He was on a decline, so it was time for him regardless.
He was. He did start to decline a little bit, but yeah, Aaron Donald.
No decline. No decline.
Hey, don't disrespect James Harrison. The system couldn't put him in the position to do what he did.
You talking about for the Bengals?
No. Oh,
because when he came here, that was awful.
Yeah, that system didn't work for him.
No.
He's a healer through and through, and that one hurt my freaking. Hurts to say it.
It does.
But out of respect for that man, Debo is gonna be always gonna be Debo.
100%. I'm just saying, like from like a physical standpoint, he's always gonna be swole, but he declined a little bit because of the wear and tear. I think the game took him out prematurely.
I think so.
I don't disagree with that, but I think moving him to a nose or something, if he could have did that next to Cam Hayward,
maybe
just having that stoutness in the middle, going up against the run.
Yeah,
I see it could have still worked out for him, but again, that's one of those guys. I'm glad he hung him up too.
Me too. I think back then, bro, like there wasn't a whole lot of moving how there is now. Like now, D line's interchangeable. You can go nose tackle to defensive end to wherever. You can move guys around.
A lot of these players are interchangeable.
Yeah, it's different type of football back then. But
yeah.
What's the next pick?
All right, next pick is the mutant, Chris Jenkins.
Hey,
what pick was he?
He was pick 17 in the second round.
I'm glad that they did that because Chris Jenkins, his father, was a quietly great player in the beginning, and he still did good towards the end of his career, but he started off low key and he was a
roots. Agree.
And that kid, if he has an ounce of what his father brings to the table,
which we saw at Michigan,
great addition to that D line. Period.
Especially with the loss that we took.
Yeah.
DJ Reader, that's a hell of a loss, bro.
Yeah, I mean we're not gonna replace DJ Reader, but we can definitely, put somebody in place that can handle most of that load. For sure.
Agreed.
Yeah. Be in the mind frame of like a Geno Atkins.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
He's
I
Yeah.
like
smaller
that.
guy, like super tall and a heavy.
Hmm.
He's small, but he's a stout dude, and he can hold up,
And he
and he got good hands.
true, and he can still get skinny in between the
Hmm.
tackles.
Hmm.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. He fit,
Yeah.
and that's how it reminds you. It reminds me, even if you go back to that game where Geno Atkins made that sack against Miami, where he,
Hmm.
out of nowhere moving people, and you seen him just roll the center out the way, like, okay, little buddy, you go over here for a second. Let me go
Yeah.
talk to this
Yeah. I'm
type.
gonna go talk to the quarterback real quick. Hold
Yeah, like let me get over here. He looked like he got some money for me or something.
on. All right. So Chris Jenkins, the mutant, great pickup in the second round. Um, I mean, that's all I can say about that. That's a pretty solid number 2 pick.
Hmm.
Okay, moving on to number 3, the first third round pick, Jermaine Burton. I think I think he's gonna be good.
Depends.
Now I say that. Do I think he can play replace Tyler Boyd? Yes.
Mm.
From a
I think
consistency standpoint, yes.
yes.
Big catches, I
Um,
don't know. I don't know,
Jermaine Burton. I don't know if you've ever seen his highlight tapes.
bro. I
Okay.
watch Bama. I watch Bama.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I
if you watch Bama,
I'm
you
not
know
sold on him, to
Jermaine.
be honest. I'm not too sold on him, but I think he's a good pickup just to see what happens.
I mean, we obviously have a deep wide receiver room with Yosavash, with Charlie Jones, with um,
Trent Wayne.
Trent Irwin.
I
Uh,
I like Trent Owen for the number 2 spot regardless. Charlie Jones, he's a good return man. He's a good return
he,
man.
he didn't get a lot of opportunity
He
last year,
didn't.
and he was injured.
He was. He was. I'm just
I like Yosavash
You've
too.
been saying that for 2 years, so I want to see what he
Yeah,
does this year
yeah.
for
I
sure.
mean, from how he played in the preseason last year to his production on the field whenever he was on the field this last year, I mean, it was. I think that he's going to be a solid player for us for a while. Um, he's going to be reliable.
So
That's why I said we have so much depth
give me a
in the
depth
wide
chart then. No, no,
depth
no, no,
chart.
no, no, no. Don't look nothing up.
Oh,
I want you to give me one.
oh, okay. Obviously, Jamar.
Mm-hmm.
If he stays.
What's the
Um,
chance of him staying though? You
we'll
think?
talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. T if he stays. Then I would probably go. I would go Trent Irwin.
I go
Um,
Jermaine third.
yeah.
If we go,
Uh, over Trent.
No, Trent too.
you just saying T gone?
You saying T's gone?
I think T's gone.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
I mean, it's possible, but let's say right now, the depth chart, because he's still on the team. So Jamar, T, Trent Irwin, Jermaine Burton, Charlie Jones. I don't know, man. I haven't seen what Charlie Jones can really do yet. So actually, I'm gonna put Yosavash above Charlie Jones.
I ain't mad at that.
Um,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question. So let's say y'all got a 2022 Corvette, whatever Corvette you like.
Hmm.
Do you want to trade it in within 6 months? How often are you gonna drive it?
Depends on what I got to do.
How often are you gonna drive it?
that's my weekend joint.
How often are you gonna drive it? How many miles are you putting on it?
Oh, very little, very little.
Very little, right?
Yeah,
So think about with T. Higgins, that whole situation. That's your investment.
Nope.
If there's not a long term contract, he could sit.
If there's not a long-term contract,
that's
he has to prove himself
No, he
because last
don't,
year
bro.
was. Yes, he does.
No, he
Yes,
don't.
he does.
He
In
don't want to
order
be
to
in Cincinnati no more if that's the
no,
case.
in order to get the bag that he wants, he has to prove himself because last year was not it.
I, Q, I'm trying to tell you he don't, bro.
He
Bro,
does.
the numbers and the tape is there. You cut the tape on, he's a number one somewhere else. Easy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But he is the way he played last year did not.
Did you watch that
for
Vikings
trading.
game?
Well, yeah, he obviously he can do that. He can do that.
I'm gonna challenge you, bro, because I've been saying he's gone for the last 7 months. I just
I
don't see. I
know,
don't see a deal getting done.
but here's the thing. Yes, I know, especially now that Justin Jefferson got the bag, because Jamar Chase is definitely going to get the bag,
Jamar
and
Chase is next. You ain't got no money left.
so once Jamar Chase gets that bag, I don't know if there's going to be much room left to pay him.
See, the thing about that is, and this is just from the fan in me, T. Higgins ain't going nowhere. But the
Respect it.
fan in me also said the thing about Tyler Boyd wasn't going nowhere. But he wearing the Titans uniform right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand where both of y'all coming from. But again, I don't see him leaving just because of.
I don't see him
I
leaving.
think
Yeah,
that something's going to happen this year for him because they still can do. They technically, and this is just a technicality, they got a 2-year window with Jamar because they picked up his 5th-year option. And then they can franchise him on the other end just to wait for it to be like, hey. So they got a way to work that out. But the bad thing is, if another one of those guys decide to show out,
He's
now they gonna
sitting.
want to back too. So now he gonna at that point somebody gotta go.
yeah.
Hey, who that Giants receiver that got paid? Um,
Kenny Galladay.
bro, prime example. You don't want that
Yeah,
same situation to happen. So you don't pay
He was
him.
a
You shop
dog in
him.
Detroit.
Yeah, and he was still a dog with the Giants, but just too much shit happened. When they stopped playing him, bro, he stopped giving a fuck. So you
But
gotta.
I don't think the Bengals wouldn't stop playing T.
Me
Higgins.
personally, I would sit T Higgins if that's my investment and I want to get the most out of him somewhere else. I know I can't pay him. What the fuck I'm
If
gonna keep
if
him
if
for?
I know if I
but
know he doesn't want to, if I know he wants the bag and he has to play to get, which in my opinion he has to play in order to prove to other teams out there that he is worth the money that he's
If
asking
I'm a
for.
GM, I don't care about that, bro. I've seen enough the last 3
oh,
years.
See
almost like
you,
you got
but
to understand one
yeah,
thing: the way they did AJ Green on his way out.
Didn't give a fuck about him, bro.
It, you see how they cut that boy? They said, "Hey, we don't need you to do this. We got this guy. We don't need nah. Don't run that play.
We got all these
You
picks too, big dog. You out.
Yeah, they knew that they was gonna let AJ Green go. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how you gonna find out this season which way they going.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna suck, but you're gonna find out soon. In
Yeah.
the first couple of games, you're gonna see if T. Higgins ain't getting passes thrown in his direction on a regular basis, and it ain't because Jamar open or somebody else. If the new guy, Mr. Burton, is
hmm
on the field a lot,
I think he will be.
I think he will be too.
that that's gonna show y'all who's gonna take that spot. And if they want to keep him. Just saying.
See, I like Quincy's boy for the simple fact that if you lose T, you still got a big body. But I just need to see the progression that we get from him
Yeah,
this year. Like I need to
yeah,
figure out if he
he's
can go ahead.
because T has that big body and he is long and lanky, but
T's
he
got a
also has
bag, bro.
he's got a
Everything.
nice solid center of gravity.
Yeah.
Yosavash is a little thinner. He needs to put on a little more weight. I think that
He's not
he's
that
a
much
big
thinner than
body.
T Higgins, bro.
I think he is.
T. Higgins' skill set is different from Yoshi.
Bro,
And no
Yeah,
offense,
T
but T is a different animal.
bro, T
Period.
he
Higgins can run out to like he's 5'11", but high point the ball like he's 6'5".
which he is, and
He
he
is.
does. But
Very
Yosavash, he's fast.
yeah.
Yosavash is fast. He can get into small places. And
No
he can
window.
squeeze. Yeah, he can squeeze down the sideline through the back of the end zone. He can get open. He's good on scramble plays. He's gonna find a gap somewhere. That's his game. Now T Higgins, you can really just throw it up there,
I
and
mean,
he'll
but
go get it.
T Higgins is a hell of a route runner. T Higgins can do all the
Yeah.
same
Oh
shit.
no. Yeah. He can do all that.
Everything.
But I don't know if Yosavash can do that yet.
No. I think it's gonna take some time, but I think he's on his way.
Yeah.
Get in the lab for this next offseason too. Probably for year 3. Be ready to take over. I mean, I wish Auden Tate would have worked. To be honest with
Yeah,
you,
yeah. I need to watch him. I really want to watch him progress.
definitely.
Um,
Round
yeah.
4.
Still in round three, McKinley Jackson, another defensive tackle
Ooh,
out of Texas A&M. That's a
I,
good pickup.
I like him. I really he flashed. He wasn't like a dominant guy. He was a flash,
Hmm.
and he had his plays. You
Hmm.
know, so I think that rotation makes it great because you don't want to wear out your D line, especially late game. You want to have somebody in there with a fresh enough leg to take that center.
Exactly, and I think that he's a guy that can step in for a few plays and really, um, you know, stick to the game plan and not give up any big plays.
Mm-hmm.
Give our boys a little bit of a breather. I do like McKinley Jackson a lot. Um, I think he's a good addition, and we need the depth on
Yes,
the defensive line.
next
Um,
pick.
Next pick, tight end from Iowa. Which tight ends from Iowa?
They
They're
breed
good.
tight ends, bro.
Eric All. Eric All. I don't know if you've seen any of his tape.
Kind of.
That boy can run, man.
I mean,
He can.
he can, bro, but like we got a very small sample size because Iowa doesn't. I mean, they don't really do a whole lot offensively, or they did in the last year. So I think we get to actually
Agreed.
really see his progression this year and the next year,
Agreed. Yeah, I want to see him break out of his shell and really,
being an offense.
be in an aggressive offense.
I don't want to, and no offense, because I want to be able to. The tight end need to be able to stretch the field.
Agreed.
No,
Especially nowadays, too.
yeah, but you still want him to be an inline blocker, have good hands,
Hmm.
be able to get in people's ways because there's gonna be some times, especially in the Bengals offense, where
Hmm.
he gets thrown against the defensive end
Hmm.
in pass protection
Hmm.
because one of those offensive linemen decided not to chip over or the running back missed his blocking assignment, but whatever it is, I want to see if he can actually put his hands on somebody and stand them up for a few seconds.
What's his size?
He's pretty big. Hold on, let me look.
Not that that means anything, but obviously it's
He
an
is
advantage.
6'5", 255 pounds.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's a, he's
That's
a he's a slimmer. I feel like a little bit of a slimmer one.
T-
Especially at 6'5", but he's a big boy. He puts on some pounds, puts on some muscle.
I mean, if he's fast like you, I mean, he's got some speed, but he's like another Tyler Eifert,
Hmm.
truly.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, I mean, he will go up and get the ball. He can make people miss.
Yeah.
He'll run through somebody if he has to, which I mean, you've seen on here.
And that tight end room, man, it's up for grabs.
It really is. I mean, Tanner Hudson, he's been in the league for a while, but
He was a dog
you just
last year.
you just started hearing about him last year,
He
and
was a dog.
he's good, man. He's good. He's finding the gaps. He's finding the rhythm in the offense.
Crazy enough though, bro. Like in the league, all these tight ends are good. They just need the opportunity. Give me a
Hmm.
couple balls thrown my way. Let me see what I
Yeah.
can do. That's what happened with Tanner Hudson.
and no offense to most of them, but their offense, it depends on situation and
Correct.
like scheme.
Correct.
Because
Hmm.
a lot of them were so used to just being the guy in like college, to where the offense kind of ran through them,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden they get to the big leagues, and no offense to them, they just can't. It's a lot going on, and they trying to learn the system, and then they trying to inline block, and they can't get to the spots correctly,
Hmm.
or they like sitting there and they'll wait for help to come instead of just attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you can't be intentional. If you're gonna play that position, you got to be able to do it all,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
that's Travis Kelsey, George Kittle,
Mm-hmm.
those type of guys
Hmm.
in those systems. They get to do all of it, but they make sure they do their primary job first.
Hmm. Yep. And he was a pretty good blocker. Um, he did have an ACL tear, which is a little concerning.
He's young.
But
He'll heal up.
he's young. he's in a position where tight ends don't really tear their ACLs like that.
Tyler
It's not a
Eifert did.
position where they're making a lot of those movements. But what'd you say?
I said Tyler Eifert, he had an issue with that shit.
He had an issue with everything on his body.
He broke his leg in that Atlanta game too, though. Like
Yeah.
that was, so
Man,
it was just hits.
Yeah.
Lord.
So
What's next?
yeah. Next is that was 5th round. Josh Newton B from TCU, the one that locked up
Chad.
Chad.
I'm not sold.
Hey,
I think he's a good depth piece, honestly. I mean,
Special
when
teams player, 100%.
special teams player, he's
100%.
he's in a couple years, he's gonna be a dog.
I like that. Give him a couple years. Right now,
Yeah.
special teams, learn the NFL. He
Listen,
could be a dog. I just don't see that.
Mike Hilton's not gonna be here forever.
No.
Dax Hill is gonna, take over for him. We got some young corners. But they can't play every down. And I think that he's going to be a viable option coming in off the bench to give some breathers, to give some breaks. I think that he can make an impact.
You got to go back to your original point, though. Give him a couple years. You want to know why? Because you brought Von Bell back for a reason.
you brought Von Bell back to move some guys around.
Exactly.
Because you got DJ Turner, Mike Hilton, Cam Britt.
DJ Turner is a sleeper. He's aggressive coming downhill. He can do it all.
The only thing is he relies on his way too much, and he lets people get behind
But his instincts, bro, like he'll
instincts
be
are
all
good.
right.
He will be all right. He's a great corner. He just needs to tweak a couple things.
Put his ass in a
For
slot.
me to be happy.
Put his ass in a slot.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he'd be a dog in the slot.
And I think that the best person for him to be near right now is Mike Hilton.
Oh yeah, 100%. But Dax Hill,
same kind of player.
Hill. See, here's the thing. Dax Hill is the type of player where we are either going to keep him for the rest of his career or he's gone next year because of the depth that we have, and he's just not living up to his potential.
We ain't gave him a fair shot, bro. I think
we haven't.
I think he Jordan Battle. I think he's great.
He's solidified.
But I think Dax Hill is just as good because Dax Hill he has the same amount of range as Jordan Battle. I think
he does.
I think he's overlooked.
But Jordan Battle is a little more aggressive.
Dax Hill's aggressive too.
He is, but he's not as aggressive as Jordan Battle.
Bro,
Jordan Battle
I think the Von Bell coming back is just as the teacher.
The veteran in the room.
There were a lot of over-the-top passes that we normally didn't see when Jesse Bates and Von Bell were back there. So it lends itself to, hey, I got to get somebody in here that can help me relate to these young guys what I need them to do on the field.
Yeah, and especially with the system
that flourished in the system. And you don't really have to, because Von Bell is not gonna get ample time on the field comparing him to Dax, DJ Turner, because moving guys around is what they're gonna try to do. So Von Bell gonna be out there in situations, and he might start the game, but you're gonna see those other guys out there because that group needs to get out there together and gel.
Agreed.
Because it's gonna be them next year and the year after.
Yeah, because Von Bell's not going to be there forever. I mean, I honestly think, did he sign a 1-year deal or 2?
1 year.
1-year deal?
Like for $4
I think
million.
He's gone. Yeah, I think he's gone after this year. I mean, they could give him another 1-year deal depending on how he plays and whatnot, what we need. Especially if there's some significant injuries later on in the year. But I think our safety situation is good. I think our corner situation is good. And I think we have some depth pieces, though they're young. The depth pieces are there They just need to be coached a little bit. They need to, have a little bit of a mentor, which Mike Hilton, Von Bell, those guys are like some of the best people that I could think of to be mentors for some of these young men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Next pick, brother.
Next pick, that would be another tight end from Arizona, Tanner McLecken.
I mean, do we have to spend much time on him? I mean, he's just a death piece. He's like the sixth
Yeah,
tight end on
he's
the roster.
he might not even make the roster. Dude. Let's just be honest.
Practice
I mean,
squad.
we have
Don't
Cam, Sam, or we have what's his name, Sample,
Drew
Drew
Sample,
Sample.
yeah.
We have Drew Sample. We have
Tanner Hudson,
Tanner
kid
Hudson.
from
We have
Iowa.
Eric Hall. Yeah, I mean our tight end room is a little crowded. Right?
Is
He
Thaddeus
might
Moss still with us?
no.
Okay.
Mm-mm. He was gone last year, before last year
Okay.
started.
I just
he was in and out of the practice squad.
yeah, he was
Mm-hmm.
with us the whole year,
He
just not on the
signed.
active roster.
He just
Yeah.
signed with somebody, I think.
I'd have to look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a depth piece. We'll see what he brings to the table.
For
If he
sure.
brings enough, he'll make the team. If he brings some, he'll probably make practice squad. We'll see.
For sure.
Cedric Johnson from Ole Miss, edge. Um,
SEC player, not a bad. That's
he's he's good. Um, Obviously he dropped down for a reason. He's not, top notch, but we have some really good defensive ends that are older and experienced that can really teach him a few
what's
things.
his name again?
Cedric Johnson.
I just want to see what he did in college. I don't really
He's 6'3". He's 6'3", 260. So I think that that's a really good size for
definitely not bad.
a defensive end.
Um, so I know. I mean, playing in the SEC, man, it's a different environment. So I like his
Yeah,
chances.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely played against some good competition
E-
being in the SEC.
Elite talent, definitely elite
Yeah.
talent. Um, all right. So looking at what he's done, so sack wise, not a whole lot there. I mean, he had 5.5 sacks in 2023. He had 4 sacks in 2022, 6.5 in 2021, and 3 in 2020. So very consistent. I would say he's better for. I would say if I can give him a comparison right now from what I see on stats alone, because I'm looking at tackles and all that, and tackles for
Hmm.
loss, I would
Hmm.
say he's probably going to be very close to a DeMarcus Lawrence from Dallas.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
he'll help us out in the run game more than he'll help us out in the pass game. But
Yeah. Yeah. If he can sit in those holes
mhm.
and really, not get ran over or not get, blindsided by a tight end.
Well, I mean, if he's 6'3", 240, use your length, bro. Use your length.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody get outside.
Put your arms out,
For sure. So,
stand your ground. Yep.
yeah, definitely could be good for us. Good rotation player for run
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, for sure. And that was the second sixth round pick. I think that was a compensatory pick.
Okay.
Um, Seventh round, we got Dejon Anthony, another Ole Miss player. He's a safety. Just another depth piece.
Yeah.
SEC player. I mean, he's played against great talent. Um, I mean, like I said, we're really good in the safety area. Really good with our corners. Our DBs are satisfactory.
I don't
Um,
understand why we picked him, to be honest with you, but whatever.
they must have seen something in him, and they're gonna see what they can get out of him.
Bro,
He was probably best available. Saw something in him.
go get another receiver. Like,
No, way too many folks already in your receiver room.
I don't.
It's crap.
I honestly don't think so, bro.
Hold up.
Me personally, I think from like skill position, not necessarily receiver, maybe even a running back, but I just don't. I don't know, man. Like the DBs are solidified. Like we have 8 great DBs, not great, but pretty damn good DBs.
Yeah.
But you got to think, if you decide to go to one of them different packages where you take that linebacker out and do him like a Buda Baker type of guy
You got plenty of
and
guys
put
for
him.
that already.
But what I'm saying is, you gonna need some depth there. Remember, playing in that box, you get hurt, especially if you a
I'm
DB.
with you.
Hmm.
You don't know.
Small guy getting surrounded by everybody.
I'm definitely with you. I mean, I don't see the need for this type of pick that late.
Here's the thing: it's a late round pick. We have 2 7th round picks. Why not take a chance on them if they saw something in them? Best available depth piece. If he doesn't work out, practice squad or just cut him. Who cares? Seventh round guys don't make it in the league all the time. It's not an
Shit,
uncommon
bro,
thing.
you can
So
figure
it's
something out.
I mean that's what I'm saying. If you don't see potential in a lot of other guys and he's the best available player at the time, why not take a chance on him?
I'm just saying for me, like what we got on the offensive end, in 2 years, we may not have some of these players, bro. Like some of those receivers are gonna be gone. Those running backs gone. We are Trayvon Williams. If he's still on the roster, he's always
He is.
hurt.
He
And we
is.
just got rid of Joe Mixon. We got Zach Moss, but what the hell is he gonna do?
He's getting up there in age.
Yeah, like we just gotta make it make sense, man. For me,
This is Joe Mixon. What do
huh?
you mean? Zach Moss is Joe Mixon.
Shit, Joe Mixon's a dog. I don't see that from Zach Moss yet.
On the field, not like in general. Like
None. Well, yeah, like number wise.
Here's the thing with the running back position. The thing with the running back position is it's slowly becoming less and less important. Now, I did hear that we're going to be going under center, doing a lot more play action, doing a lot more balanced run and passing attacks. Do I believe it? Not entirely.
No,
But that's what was said. And the two-headed running back room that we have with Chase Brown and Zach Moss. I mean, that's kind of a low key a dangerous duo.
Q. But I gotta disagree with you as far as like just the totality of what you said as far as running backs not being as important. If anything, it's got to be more by committee. I think they're still important, but like your
They're
average shelf
important.
life
Yeah.
for a running back is maybe 2 to 4 years. So I think
A
it's
contract.
important, but to
Con-
pay them contract wise, that's a better statement for me. That's a better statement for me. Contract wise, not it's not as important
hmm
after year 4.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for running backs coming into the league here
Yeah,
soon.
I agree.
But the thing is, with some of the running backs that are out there now, there's some great running backs out there.
I agree.
Speed at the running back position kills.
Chris
It
Brown.
really
Hey,
does.
Brown's got a lot of it.
Chase Brown is
I say
he's
Chris.
fast, and uh, not only is he fast, but he's got vision. So that combination there is
I
ideal, and
think
I see why they felt like they could get rid of Mixon, and they did save some money,
I
cap space.
I wouldn't have got a. I would have did that move. I would have kept Mixon because he already took a pay
I
cut,
like it.
and he's the most durable back in the league by far since he's been in the league. He is
Mhm.
always on
I,
the field.
I agree. Now, like I said, I can see why they felt like they could get rid of him
I'm with you.
and get something out of him.
I'm with you, bro. But that was a terrible move. Terrible move.
that made Houston 100%
My
more.
goodness, bro. Bro, you trade him into the AFC division. At least put him in the NFC, or actually, they, bro. I don't. Cause
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
cuss Mike Brown out right now, bro. Like, do you understand what you just did? And they got Stephon Diggs. Why would you do that?
I'm not worried about Stephon
Nah,
Diggs.
that hurt Buffalo more than Mixon leaving hurt us, and I'm gonna just throw that in there.
You
Yeah.
know what? I don't. I don't know.
I don't think so, bro.
I don't know. I think Stephon Diggs was kind of a cancer in that
He
locker
was a
room, man.
cancer. He was
I
a
ain't,
cancer.
is you have to think about it from the standpoint of that's like trading away Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase doesn't have to get the ball. He is going to garner attention no matter what.
Double team or
Stephon
bracket.
Yeah, but Jamar
Gar
Chase doesn't cry when he doesn't get the
no,
ball.
regardless if he cries or not, he's still on the field. He garners attention.
You gotta
Yeah,
find. You gotta
but
find. 14.
yeah,
You
if
have
he's not happy about it though, he's gonna let you know. And if
correct.
he's letting the team know that he's not happy, that's gonna create issues.
But think about it like this: when he left Minnesota and went to Buffalo, first few years in Buffalo, you couldn't say nothing or do nothing with that guy.
Mm.
So what Houston just got, it's like a new relationship, man.
It's a.
I think he's
At
he's
all
going into a different situation than he was with Buffalo though, because Nico Collins
I was
and
just gonna
Tank
bring that
Dell,
up.
they're gonna
the
demand targets as well.
I
correct.
think
And
But what I'm saying is, you gonna get that first year, you gonna get Stephon Diggs that ain't gonna be messing with nothing. He ain't gonna be talking all out loud in the
he
beginning.
can't. You got too many
Exactly.
dogs in the locker room with you.
listen,
Exactly. So he got to come into the locker room and play his space.
you would think, you would think
Bro, he
Watch
at
what
that
Houston, he
that
ain't got
brother's
no
got an
choice.
ego, man.
He has no
That brother,
choice.
that brother's got an ego. And here's the thing about people with egos: they don't just leave.
nah.
Hold on,
But
And
what I'm
he
saying,
ain't getting any younger.
that first year though, that first year is gonna be, hey, I just need to get the ball.
let me
Hey,
Yeah,
let
and
me
then he's
hit
not going to get the ball, and he's going to be crying
let me
about it.
hit both y'all with a stat real quick. Last year, what pisses me off, first off, Stephon Diggs had over 107 receptions, right? He had
We're crying.
1,183 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Hmm.
You go over to Nico Collins, he had 80 catches, 1,297 yards, 8 touchdowns. For me, ain't no way, bro. If I'm Nico, I'm not letting Stephon Diggs come in the locker room and fuck up our chemistry. You're not doing it, bro. You're not doing
Hmm.
it. If I get 80
Not,
catches, you can get 80 catches. Tank can get 60 to 70. That's just what it's
yep,
gonna be, bro. You're not getting 107 balls. So we
you're not.
that attitude, bro. We trying to win a championship. Take your ass
Mm.
back over there or go somewhere else, and let's go ahead and win this championship. If you in, you in. If you're not, get the fuck out, bro. Simple as that. You can't come in that locker room, bro, thinking you this and you got this ego. Nah, bro, we did this shit without you. That's just how I feel. Like you
And
probably
I don't think that he has enough self-control to contain his
he ain't
ego.
got no choice, bro. Like
I get it. He doesn't have a choice.
you got a motherfucker that was literally he was better than you from a stat standpoint, and he had less catches.
I'm still gonna say, and it's like a brand new
It
relationship.
is, it is.
He's going to be the best
Does it
boyfriend.
have some honeymoon eyes?
And that first year, you know how everything is. It's amazing. It's all
Mm-hmm.
brand new and shiny. You love it to death. No
Tell me
matter what
about
they,
it.
it's amazing. Now, year two, year three, Stephon Diggs might get you. I understand, but what I'm saying right now, it's year one, baby. Zero. We in the thick of it. It's amazing.
Hey, Chew. You want to know what's crazy too? Another stat: Nico Collins started, or actually played 15 games. Stephon Diggs he played 17, so two less games. He still had better stats than he did, and he only started in 10 of those games.
Okay. Now think about Tank Dell went down at one point in there.
He
So
still had
the
780 yards.
no. What I'm saying is Tank Dell got injured because of Tank Dell is goddamn quarterback. Why can it?
C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, that was
Mm.
his man. That was the guy that he wanted. Nico, no offense to Nico. I'm not saying Nico trash. Don't put
No,
words.
No,
I,
I'm
I
not
I
saying
see
that.
what
I
you
see
I
what
see
you.
what you're saying,
I do too, but I disagree.
but here's the thing. Nico Collins has proven himself to be a reliable
Number
Yeah.
one.
option,
He's a number
a
one, bro.
reliable number one option for CJ Stroud. And it was not initially like that. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't. And that was pretty evident that it was not like that.
I'm
And then
gonna
Tank
disagree,
Dell, so, no, Tank Dell started getting all the targets. He started getting the yards,
bro.
and then he
I
went down.
I'm looking at the
Nico
stats
Collins stepped
right
up.
now, bro. I disagree with both of y'all because week 1, Nico Collins had 11 targets, 6 catches, 80 yards. Week 2, he had 9 targets, 7 catches, 146. He was always that target, but like that's all they threw was throw the ball. So like CJ Stroud has, I mean, of course you're gonna put up numbers.
What did Tank Dell have in them 2 games? Just the first two
The
games of
first
the
two,
season.
you give me 1 second, I'll get that for you.
All right.
While you're getting that, we're not even talking about the Bengals anymore, so I don't know
We're
what's going
talking
on with
Oh,
about
that.
football, and honestly, the Houston has everything to do with the Bengals because that's who we're gonna see in the first round.
Yeah, yeah. Houston's gonna be fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Um, there is one more pick that the Bengals made.
Go ahead.
It's a center, Matt Lee, from Miami. He's a dog. Centers don't get picked up that often, but I think he's the future of our offensive line. And we got him in the 7th round, and that's my take on Matt Lee.
Matt Lee, I think, was a good pick for them just because he doesn't getting them where they got him
Mm-hmm.
and not having to force him into the lineup like Billy Price was.
Right, right. Yeah, he was forced into it.
Dropped in there and they said you got to figure it out now.
Hey, do it, man. Do it.
And they kind of, and no offense, but they needed that, and they they messed that man up. And no offense, he didn't fit.
He
Y'all want
They
did.
me to go ahead with?
Giants
Go
didn't
ahead.
work.
I do not mean to cut you off, but did you want me to go ahead with the Nico Collins and Tank Dell argument?
Yeah. Go ahead. Throw that out there.
So Tank Dell, he had for week 1, 4
Mm-hmm.
targets, 3 receptions, 34 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, 10 targets, 7 catches, 72 yards.
Okay.
So I'm I'm just gonna tell you, number 1 receiver is solidified. It's Nico.
All right. And just remember,
I agree with that. I think Nico Collins.
But
I'm
go ahead, go ahead.
both of y'all. Remember this conversation when the season starts and y'all see who he look at that first game. Nico Collins,
I'm with
everybody
you.
gets the ball, but I'm just saying,
I'm,
Tank Dell,
okay, so okay.
Who did they play the first game? That's gonna
They
be
played
cool.
Baltimore the first game, and then they played Indiana the second game, or Indy the second game. So okay. Only reason why I'm gonna give two, probably I'm gonna give him a big ass variety of this argument. Like I'm gonna give him a whole pie because he's right, but only reason why he's right is because with his speed, you almost gotta double him or bracket him. So the
You
look
have to.
the looks are there, but if you take away those looks, you gotta go to Nico. But again, Nico still put up numbers. So like I'm not saying Nico's his first option, but Nico is the number one because at the end at
Here's
the
the
end of the
thing.
season, Nico was the number one.
When they draw up plays, they're going to have. They're probably going to be able to go to their first option no matter what play they draw
I
up.
think that first option is going to change every play though
I think
with
so
those 3
too.
receivers.
It depends on the personnel that's out there, who they're playing defense wise. Because
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton ain't no joke, so I don't think Tank Dell's going to be that effective down the field like
what
he
I'm
normally is. Because Kyle Hamilton's back there.
Bro, Tank
what
Dell is a Deshaun Jackson 2.0. He's going to
I
be
get it,
effective.
but
what
Kyle
I'm
Hamilton is Kyle Hamilton.
about it like this. Yes, if it was just Tank Dell and Nico Collins by themselves, you could double, you could move people. But adding Stephon
You
Diggs to
can't do
that
that no
now,
more, bro.
exactly.
Tough, man. That's
You
tough.
put Stephon Diggs in there, and Stephon Diggs is going to garner that attention. We just said that though.
Mm-hmm. And
He's gonna get that linebacker underneath, safety over the top. they gonna be looking at Stephon Diggs more than Tank Dell, because it's not that they don't respect what he can do, but who's
History.
more proven?
History.
Hey,
History
Baltimore better
tells you
start game
everything.
planning now.
So they gonna put somebody on him, and they gonna think that that guy can keep up in that one-on-one situation, and then all of a sudden, what you think gonna happen? Tank Dell gonna win a couple of them.
All of them gonna win because it's gonna be 1-on-1. You almost got to play
Exactly.
cover 2 man.
That's what I'm saying. They gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, go over here for right now and cover Stephon," but then it's Tank Dell winning. He say, "Hey, we gonna have to move you over here to cover Tank." Hey, and now Nico winning. Oh, hey man, shit, we got to move you over there. Nah, go over. Okay, Stephon get a turn. Tight end gonna get some. Joe Mixon gonna get them handoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Key piece.
They're a dangerous team, man.
The key
They are
piece.
deep.
The key piece. If you got 3 receivers out there and you still gonna do an inside zone handoff to Joe Mixon, bro, that is nuts. It is
They gotta
scary.
run the ball.
No. I'm saying like it's scary because at that point, if you're in man, if Joe Mixon breaks 1 tackle, bro,
He's gone.
with that
Don't give
offense,
him some space.
They
Yeah.
didn't Baltimore just lose Patrick McQueen?
yes,
Yeah, they lost Patrick Queen, they lost Geno Stone to the Bengals actually. Oh yeah, Geno Stone is actually a
Not
Bengal
about
too.
Geno Stone. My bad, Geno. My bad, Geno.
Yeah, and that's just another DB, man.
Yeah, man. He is a safety
and that's
safety,
why I
though.
keep
Mhm.
telling y'all, bro, that safety from Ole Miss was a waste of a fucking pick.
He's a safety safety. He's good. He got good hands, and he got his vision straight. I swear to
He led the league
bro.
in picks too,
He
didn't he?
did.
Yeah, some of them was late game picks, and he was right place, wrong time type thing.
Game
Yeah,
But
sealers.
little garbage time
he
throws
caught
trying to make
well,
something
he
happen.
caught well, but yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Baltimore ain't that defense ain't what it was.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It's not, but listen to me now. Listen to me now. Kyle Hamilton is Kyle Hamilton.
He's a
Kyle
dog.
Hamilton,
He
He's a
Kyle
dog.
Hamilton, only Kyle Hamilton.
I get it, but he's gonna be able to put that defense in position. I guarantee you, he's the captain of that defense.
Yeah,
He ain't got no choice.
he,
So, and he
Maybe Murphy or not Murphy. Humphrey. I'm sorry, Humphrey.
yeah, Humphreys, yeah,
Humphrey ain't
but
gonna. You gonna have to give it to
Well,
Kyle Hamilton.
you got
Wait,
to give it to Kyle Hamilton, but I'm
gotta give
saying
it to
like from a
Kyle.
vet standpoint, Humphrey's kind of that guy that's gonna
That's
back Kyle
true.
Hamilton.
That's true. I hate the fact that he's number 44,
I,
but he's a
it's
DB.
so
That pisses
ugly,
me.
so ugly.
It pisses me off. But yeah, that's the draft picks.
Hey, let's get into real quick before we get off of here. Let's get into the season, what it looks like, and let's give predictions.
All right,
right?
game one, Patriots
Yes, sir.
Dub,
at home.
dub,
Yeah, man.
dub.
They You got to start the season off perfect like that.
Yeah,
That's oh,
yeah, that should be 1-0.
Especially if
Now,
everybody's healthy and we get a whole
oh, yeah.
training camp together. Dub.
Come on, come on. Ain't no
yes,
way. Ain't no
agree.
way.
I agree.
Okay. Week two, we got to see the Chiefs at the Chiefs.
Chiefs stumbled early season. Sorry
They did.
about that. I'm not really sorry, Marcus, but you a Chiefs fan. Whatever.
I'm not saying nothing. Like anytime they play, I don't say nothing, and I don't wear no jersey.
I'd much rather play them earlier in the season
Absolutely,
than later in the season.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100% agree.
always stumble when they trying to figure it out. And you know, with what's his
Rasheed
name, right?
Rice. Mm-hmm.
Off the field issues right now, we don't even know if he's going to be able to play.
But
Yeah,
they got
and one of their
players.
defensive guys just had a cardiac arrest
Yeah,
today. Went into cardiac arrest today.
Prayers.
They
I mean,
they stopped practice.
prayers up, but
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
be all right.
yeah. I'd rather have him on the field, especially.
Yeah,
I'll be no reason, no excuses for us to get that W. I'm just gonna say it is a W.
I think I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that
I'm out.
we still won from them.
I'm out.
Yeah, I yeah.
Um,
Respectfully,
week three, week three we have the Commanders.
dub.
Um, That's gonna be a tougher game than I think we
I
initially
mean, it'll
think.
be a tough game, bro. But what have they
It's
Can
showed us,
it's at home, so that also gives us
don't do
and it's a Monday night. Come on,
bro? Jaden
yeah,
Daniels
we
ain't
got
did nothing yet. It's week
we
3.
he hasn't,
I
but we can't underestimate him.
I'm not
For
underestimating him, but
one
I
fact.
don't. I need he'll show us something by the end of the year.
I'm gonna
Jahan Dotson, it's his breakout year.
I'm gonna say it like this here. Usually on Monday night games, because that was Deshaun Watson's game where he had his big game against us. Because we just
He wasn't a
are
rookie though, bro.
at nah, but we forgot how to tackle in that game.
We did.
What I'm saying is there was that game where we just let him do that.
Hmm.
Tua had a pretty decent game.
Well, here's the thing. It's a different atmosphere now on
Yeah.
night games, on nationally televised games, than it
Mm-hmm.
was back then. And Andy Dalton can't win in prime time.
No.
Joe Burrow
Hey,
can win
I'm,
in prime time.
I'm not saying that we can't win it and we won't win it. What I'm saying is just keep an eye on our defense because in that game we
Fact,
seem to get certain stuff. Is all I'm saying. I
facts.
see W,
Hmm.
but
I think that's 3-0 in my opinion.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They definitely get
Okay,
that up.
next is 4-0 because we play the Panthers. We don't really need to talk much about that.
Ain't nobody worry
Uh,
about them.
nobody's
Right.
really worried about the Panthers.
This is starting to take a little bit of a step back, and we brought in Von Bell that was in their system last
Oh
year.
yeah,
I think we got that one.
Hmm.
I think
we'll be straight.
no more to be said about that.
Agreed.
Yeah. Um, week 5 division game.
Mm.
Ravens.
We take that.
It's at home, so that's good.
We take that.
I I think it's a great time to have that game against Baltimore because they're gonna be trying to still figure out how to make Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson work well together.
I don't
Hmm.
think Derrick Henry is gonna be like that much of a problem, bro. I think he's
Derrick Henry is
past.
not a problem for the Bengals and
Nah,
never really has been.
nah.
But can't say that just because who and Ryan Tannehill was the quarterback.
But
You
I
don't,
can say that though because Lou knows how to play against Derrick Henry. He knows
but it
well
that
that I mean let's back up a little bit. We've had a good history against Derrick Henry. He
yes,
is on a different team. He's on a different offensive scheme. I get
uh,
that. I get that.
It's more
So
so the mileage for me, bro. Like it's not about scheme or anything. Like it's
yeah,
the
but we keep
mileage.
waiting. We keep waiting on the fall off for Derrick Henry, and it just hasn't happened.
It happened last year.
I
uh,
mean, not
was
really.
it was a fall off then. And again, you know me as a football fan, I watch that every day religiously.
Me too.
I can't say that he's gonna have that fall off, but that's why this, and I said this before he even got signed by Baltimore to some other folks. This guy is in the perfect system for him.
I
Hmm.
agree.
He doesn't have to run it every time,
Hmm.
but y'all can't stop him. So now yes, you gonna pack the box and try to make Lamar throw it, but Mark Andrews gonna eat off that, then you gonna back off, and as soon as you do, Derrick Henry up the middle, and you know if he get that stiff arm on somebody, he back
He
there
hits the
on bounce.
sideline. He's gone.
Yes. So that's why I say it's good that we getting it out the way while they still trying to figure it out.
Hmm. Early in the season, yeah.
Yeah. What do you,
Okay,
so
so
dub or what? I think
Oh
it's a
yeah,
dub.
I
I
think it
think
is, being that it's a home game. I think it is. Um, next game is the Giants at
Fucking
MetLife.
dub.
That's a dub. That's not even.
Daniel Jones
Yeah,
tricked up
He
5.
battling for a position right now.
yeah. We're not. They don't even know what their quarterback situation is.
I think Drew
Uh,
Lock's a better fit than Daniel Jones.
Probably. Okay. Next game, Browns at the Browns. We might take that L. I'm not gonna lie. That might be our first L.
But that's a good
That,
L to take though, bro.
It
That's a
is. It's
great L
not.
to take.
I mean, it's not really, but I mean, it's a. If we can win this in Cleveland, we got it at home.
Bro, I
Yeah,
just like for me, I just feel as if like these types of L's, like Cleveland is going to be a learning experience. So it's okay to take that L early. Like,
We got to see him again.
yeah, I don't care about division games like that, like early in the season, just because, bro, like once the Bengals get hot in the late season, like later in the season, they're hot. So,
Yeah.
like, take the L early,
Hmm.
move on, and you'll be all right. Like, and, bro, who cares about winning the division? You still gonna get in the playoffs?
It's the toughest division in the
Yeah.
league.
it
You
is the
just,
NFL.
bro, and
Yeah.
just get healthy. Just stay healthy. You
Stay
don't worry
healthy.
about winning the division.
Don't
Stay
do too
healthy.
much.
Get to the playoffs.
Win the games that you can. So
Yes,
that I say we lose this.
I think so
That
too.
makes us 6-1.
I think so too.
That makes us 6-1. 6-2 if you think that we lose to the Chiefs,
I'm not.
or 5-2 if you think we lose to the Chiefs.
That's not something I'm talking about.
Okay,
No.
6-1 it is then. Uh, then we go to Eagles at home.
It depends what Eagles team shows up. I think it's a
Fact.
tough game.
Yeah, the Eagles have this thing where they're a really good team or they completely fall apart.
No, you know what? I'm gonna disagree again with myself because I think that's a dub. So Fletcher Cox is gone.
Hmm.
So that interior D line, don't know what it looks like. You got
Yeah,
Nolan
but we don't
Smith,
do a
and
lot of running up the middle. We don't have a power back
it
like
don't
that.
matter, bro. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to worry about blocking in the whole entire line. Like I don't have to. I don't have to pass pro as much as I
That's
should.
true. You give Joe Burrow any kind of time,
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna
can
find
roll out.
something.
He can roll out the pocket. He can roll right. Get away from Carter, Jalen
Hmm.
Carter. You
Yeah, because he's a dog.
you stay away from him, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
And the DBs last year were awful. They had the worst secondary in the league, or one of the
Ain't
worst.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not worried about them.
I think we definitely win, especially it being
It's winnable.
it's winnable. I'll give us the dub. So 7-1. Then we are playing the Raiders. But first of all, let me preface that we have the exact average, the exact average difficulty. Uh, like we're just mid tier in difficulty and schedule. We're dead center. I think we're number 16 in difficulty and schedule. So this schedule is not hard for us. It's not.
But I think we
This
lose that Raiders game.
this is a divisional win schedule. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think we lose that Raiders game.
I don't think so.
I
I
do.
don't think
I'm
so.
saying from a
Unless
defensive standpoint, it's gonna be hard to stop Max Crosby, and they just signed old boy from Miami, and they got the other defensive lineman too, the edge rusher. It's a lot there, bro.
I get that, but my issue is going to be: are we going to be able to stop two top tier tight ends? Because they have two top tier tight ends.
I mean, but
They got Brock Bowers and they got Michael Mayer.
they do, bro. But like, I'm more worried about like traditionally the Bengals always find a way to fuck up a game and give you a game.
Hmm.
Not because they're not good, but it's just like, hey, like they out schemed us this game. I think this could happen with the Raiders.
I, yeah, we
Right?
need to not underestimate anyone.
I don't think it'll be that game. I could see it being the Eagles game.
I could see it being the Eagles game too.
I think it could either be the Eagles or the Raiders.
Yeah, I could.
We'll
I'm
probably lose one of those games.
And it's not because the Bengals are a bad team. They are a great football team, but you get out schemed a lot in the NFL, and it only takes 1 or 2 games.
yes.
Yeah. And next game, Ravens again.
Get it
Uh,
out.
in Baltimore. It's gonna be in November, but the beginning of November, terribly cold.
We're gonna lose that game,
Which
bro.
I like that.
I
Um,
don't.
Nah, it's
I
gonna be.
just
It's still gonna be warm outside, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if
It's gonna be
I don't know if we win that game.
cold and rainy. I don't think we beat that team, bro.
I don't know if we win that game
If
because
cold game,
if it comes to a cold and rainy game, ground game, they're gonna win.
yeah, because we have to throw the ball, and that's
Yeah,
our strength and weakness all at the same time.
That's a
hmm
But
fact. That's a fact.
agree. The Chargers have broken down. I don't feel any pressure from the Chargers. We're
Justin Herbert will
we're
be there
gonna
by.
go to San Diego. Go ahead. What?
I'm gonna say that Justin Herbert might not be there mid-season.
Yeah,
Ooh,
probably not. I mean,
Hot take. Don't care. Hot take.
I ain't mad at it.
some broken ribs again.
Oh, I'm saying trading because Harbaugh didn't. I don't see. Normally, when you get a team as the head coach,
You want your
you
guy.
quarterback.
You want your guy.
That's not his guy.
That's not his
I,
guy.
Well, he ain't getting JJ McCarthy. I'll tell you that.
hey. Who's Minnesota's quarterback?
JJ McCarthy.
Who else is it?
Bro, JJ McCarthy's third string right
I
now.
don't know who's there.
I think you got fuck. So he's third string. He's behind I think Mullins maybe.
See, but what I'm saying is that trade becomes a fucking possibility if they're doing so well. Just sprinkling that in there a little bit for you. Just dropping that,
Okay.
Paired with Justin Jefferson, bro. Hey,
Justin Jefferson is a dog.
yeah, that's
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Don't sleep on that trade happening. It's just something that's in my brain. I'm just sprinkling it out there because I want y'all to remember this one for later. So if some crazy stuff happen, they're gonna be like, that boy was talking crazy, but hey,
Oh, they got Sam Darnold.
I
uh,
mean that don't make a difference for me.
Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, Nick Mullins, and Jared Hall or Jaron Hall.
So to
That's an ass quarterback room.
the
I'm not gonna lie.
quarterback room is terrible, but I think the big thing could be. I mean, look, bro, they have no receivers, right? So think about that for the Chargers. So I mean, for whatever reason, that's a dub, right? So it's a dub. But the Chargers
Yeah.
right now, bro, I think you tank and you try to get Shador Sanders if you're not going to
mm,
keep Justin
They
Herbert.
got more issues than quarterback. Justin Herbert's not a bad
No,
quarterback.
Justin Herbert's a
But
top
he's
five
a guy.
quarterback. But I'm saying if you don't want to keep him, if that's not your guy, then you go get Shador Sanders. Make it happen.
I'm again. I threw that on the floor as a gym. I understand. I don't want y'all to get too far off topic here because we ain't really been talking about them Bengals like that because the topics is great, but I'm just throwing that out there. That's all I'm saying about that.
All right.
I agree.
All right, moving on. I think we win that game. That's pretty much set in stone. Uh, Next game against the Steelers, December 1st. That's our first game against the Steelers. I hate that. I hate playing the Steelers late in the season.
I do too.
Um, Especially in December. But Steelers, that's a home. It is a home game. I will not be there. It'll be too cold for my black ass. Uh, so I will be watching that on TV. But I think, depending on their quarterback situation, we could definitely win that game.
I agree. I agree.
Russell Wilson, yes. Justin Fields, ouch.
Yeah, yeah. Big ouch.
Justin
I
Fields
hope
is.
Russell Wilson is just doing just enough
I hope
to keep Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields is a top 15 quarterback in the next year, and I think he has all the tools to do so. He's
Well,
just too dangerous.
Chicago,
we'll see.
that was the weakest move ever. That's
That was
all.
I
so
will never root
weird.
for Chicago again, bro. Never.
That is so weird. That
You
was
got
weird.
a round
That
pick
was
for
weird.
that man was a first round pick. You could have at least got two twos.
Something.
You gave that boy up for a chocolate sandwich, and I mean a
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah.
It's a
That
fact,
was
bro.
weird, man.
It's
I don't like that. But Anyway, moving on. Then we go to Dallas. Um, I think that'll be a little bit of a tougher
It's
game.
a game we lose because we get out schemed defensively.
Hell,
Yeah,
that defense is something different.
Mm-hmm.
and in their home,
Yeah,
it just is what it is. We
What's
probably
the
lose that.
what's the date on that? Is that a Thanksgiving game?
ninth.
No, that's the ninth.
Okay.
It's past Thanksgiving. Um, Titans. I don't see us losing
I
to the
don't. I
Titans.
mean, I don't, but I don't know what the Titans are going to look like. They could either be really good or
Nobody
really
does.
bad next year.
Nobody knows what they're gonna look like.
They can be good or bad, bro. Like they're,
Because
huh?
they're going to be more of an offensively
Oh
well-rounded
yeah.
team. Henry is gone, and Ryan Tannehill is not there.
Yeah,
Where is
I
Ryan
mean they
Tannehill right now?
they got Tony Pollard and they have
Let me check into that one.
Bro,
I don't believe in Will Levis, bro. I just don't.
he's a
It ain't
gamer.
a, but you still got
D Hop,
you.
Tyler Boyd,
Yeah,
Tony
your
Pollard.
offense is a lot better.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, bro, to be honest with you, like their offense could be top 10 in the league, in my opinion. Because Will Levis has a cannon, bro. He can sling the ball.
I understand, but I just don't believe in him, bro. I just don't.
It's
I
50-50.
mean,
I don't know.
and that's why I said their offense is going to be more well-rounded, but it just depends. It's
Yeah,
really into things.
And I don't even know who they got defensively, to be honest with you.
I don't either. So it could just be a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think we win that game, in my opinion. Um, Next game versus
Oh,
the Browns.
still a free. Yeah, you look like
I think we take one from the Browns, and if we lose the first one, we're winning the second one,
I agree.
and it's at home
I agree.
this is the game. I agree.
late in the season.
I
That's when
think
we do our best work.
I think they have a divisional game the week before, so I think that yeah,
Yeah, they're going to be beat up. It's going to be tough for them.
yeah.
I think we win that game. Broncos the next week.
The
Not worried about the Broncos. Um, and then week 18 is Steelers. That's our last game for the playoffs.
I think we might lose
That could make
because
or
we.
break.
I think we lose because we sit.
Load management.
Yeah,
It depends on our record.
bro. There's no reason the Bengals should lose
Yeah,
less
I'm
than
agreeing.
5
I'm
or
agreeing.
6
Yeah,
games.
yeah. If they're 11-5 when they play the Browns or the Steelers, we're sitting most of our people.
Bro,
That's just facts.
if Joe Burrow is at least 80%, bro, I'm not worried about shit. I'm not. Until you got to play the Chiefs in the championship. Then at that point,
Chiefs
who's
might not even make it to the championship.
shit?
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I think that the Chiefs gonna end up playing Houston first.
Who?
Get them a run for their money.
They don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
That's not what they want.
And I'm gonna say it like this: is either they play Houston or they play Miami.
I'd rather play Miami than Houston if I'm
Me
anybody.
too.
Correct. But you know, Tyreek Hill got a little angst for that game, so that playoff game is gonna be interesting, no matter what.
Hey, Chue, you want to know what I would say? Nigga, you should did that last year.
Mm. Eh,
Shit.
You know, the quarterback was having some trouble last year,
Well, he gonna have trouble this year too.
and Waddle didn't really. And no offense to him, he didn't really show up and show out in that game.
Because he can't stay healthy. We know that.
What I'm saying. So Tua done already slimmed down. He little Tua now, not big Tua.
Which that's kind of weird to me, man.
It don't mean nothing to me, bro.
Joe Burrow got bigger because he was getting injured. He
Which-
needs to be able to.
Which I don't think is a good idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
You know, okay. So for his play style, bro, maybe he puts on a little size, but you need to get with Tom Brady.
Play where you play. Don't go up, don't go down. Play
Nope.
where you play.
Well, here's the thing. It's more stability. He's been working on his core and he's been working on his upper body.
Bro, but people are failing to realize a lot of his injuries, bro, are either freak accidents or just some bullshit. Like it's not
Yeah.
he's not taking hits and getting injured.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not.
yeah.
I mean, injury last year, that was just that he swung his hand through on a throw and he hit his own. He hit the helmet,
Well,
and it.
true, if you remember, he came in that game hurt because of that damn that wrist he had. So I think that shit was already hurt before that game.
I mean, he still. I don't even think he was 100% healed up from the calf injury
Nope.
either. But
Nope.
I mean, then he first rookie season when he got his leg broke, when he had it messed up, MCL, what is it, MCL PCL tear.
Yeah.
That was the Redskins game against Chase Young them, and he
Hmm.
tore it. That was the offensive line's fault.
Right.
But each year he didn't got hurt. It was mostly offensive line issues. It was a couple freak accidents in there, but I mean, and they were trying to do their job. They just was up against somebody better.
Hmm.
I don't want people to think putting on weight is the way to stay durable and healthy because it's not. If you're not used to carrying around that weight, at some point, man, you're gonna have a lower extremity injury.
Yeah, that knee gonna give on you. It's gonna hurt a little bit.
And you play 18 games now, brother.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Plus
I
training
don't think
camp.
you put on that much weight though. It's not.
Don't matter,
Listen,
bro.
this ain't boxing or wrestling or anything like that. This is
Don't matter,
football.
bro.
You
I think it
so
That's
does
my
matter.
point, bro. Would it be in football? Like, man, that shit means a lot.
I don't know, man.
it changes. It changes you. Just
From a mobility standpoint, bro. Like, yeah,
yeah. He there though. He there, and we all wish him the best
me
and
too.
hope for him.
Me too. Yeah. Yep.
I don't think Tua losing weight was a good
It
option.
does nothing for Tua. I don't understand that whatsoever.
If
Tua, you just got to
anything,
be a
he's
better
gonna get
quarterback,
more.
bro.
You're too small.
I
Leave
just,
Tua alone.
I just think he needs
Tua,
to be a better quarterback.
Facts.
Tua is giving it everything he's got, and he has tried
Oh,
going through
I
training for
couldn't tell
fall.
against the Chiefs.
he is mad average.
Hey,
He should have. He never mind.
Damn, I guess we got a Miami fan in this motherfucker tonight.
I'm a football fan first.
Me
Well,
too.
sorry, Bengals fan first. Football fan overall,
Me too.
but I'm always love the game.
I know. I just don't understand what you see in Tua. I didn't see anything when he's coming out of college.
I didn't either.
Nah,
I don't think they should. I don't think he should have. Well, I'm not gonna say that because he did come in for Jalen Hurts and kind of
took
tear
over.
it up.
Speaking of Jalen Hurts, now that's one person. Weight is okay for him. The way he trains for that shit, bro. You can't just
Hey,
eat your way in the gaining weight. The way he lifts, he is perfect for him. But
yeah,
he's
but
got, huh?
he's always been there.
Correct.
But
Correct.
we still get topic on the Bengals again. Too far. Too far.
Nah, it's good football talk. It's good football talk.
It is.
I
That was the last game. So that's that's about to be a wrap. We should wrap this up. Last thoughts. OG Chew.
Let's see, man. I like all the picks that they had in the draft. I'm loving what they trying to do right now. I wish they would have kept the guys that they had because the continuity is always good when you keep the same players because you don't have to tell them where to go. They already know.
Hmm.
But I'm going to always back them no matter what. Rain, sleet, or snow, that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
What's
with you.
up? What's up, States?
Um, I would say for all the Bengals fans out there, be realistic, man. This whole T Higgins thing, it sucks, but I he's I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think he'll be a Bengal.
Shut up.
I'm just I know, bro. I know. As much as it sucks, and I'm a T Higgins fan. Um, he'd be a better fit somewhere else, especially if we're just gonna do some bullshit to him. We still got the same management, so nothing's gonna change.
It is changing actually. The Yeah, Mike Brown is less hands on, and that's a fact.
But we're still not paying people.
That's not true. Joe Burrow is the highest paid quarterback.
I mean,
So
yeah, that's fine, but we're still not paying people at the end of the day, bro. Like, if you want to keep this team together, bro, to be honest with you, this is my last thought. We're going to lose coordinators. We're going to lose T. Higgins. We're going to lose a lot of people at the end of the
this is
day.
the year. My
So,
thoughts:
Go ahead, go ahead.
NOLA Super Bowl champs. Let's
shit.
go.
All right. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Don't forget Juneteenth. For all the people that celebrate that, remember that now. Remember.
Yes, sir.
Juneteenth. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, fellas, we out of here.
It was a good one. Thank you.